Deck those halls and jingle those bells because it's only bloody Christmas! Yes, indeed, it's that time of year once again where we all eat and drink far too much, exercise too little, and spend money we don't have on gifts people really don't actually want. But what if your game-loving friend or family member has particularly expensive tastes? A Steam gift card or a subscription to Xbox Game Pass just isn't going to cut it, and you're going to need to pull out the big guns. For today's list, we've gone out into the world to find the priciest and most outlandish gifts for the boujee gamer in your life. That boujee gamer could be you, we're not judging, treat yourself and all that. It's worth noting that not all of these items are currently available to purchase, but they have been in the past. If you're rich and or bonkers enough to be thinking of splashing out for one of these lavish presents, you'll need to stick them on your letter to Santa and pray that he can work his magic to get them back in stock. I'm the ostentatiously festive Ben from TripleJump, and here are 10 more ridiculously over-the-top gifts for the gamer in your life. Number 10. Cloud Strife's Buster Sword, $3,700. Are you looking for a gift for a friend that tells the world that they're trying to compensate for something? Do you have $3,700 that's just burning a hole in your pocket? Then, oh boy or girl or other, do I have just the item for you. Gamers were first introduced to Cloud Strife in his ridiculously sized sword in 1997's Final Fantasy VII, where he could be found using it to stick it to the Shinra Electric Company and the leather-clad douche canoe, Sephiroth. Now, we can't all achieve gravity-defying hair, nor can we all pull off Cloud's bold fashion choices, but what we can do, assuming we have nearly $4,000 to spare and the upper body strength of an ox, is wield the Buster Sword. The life-sized handmade prop measures in at a whopping 67 inches or 117 centimeters if you want to get metric about this, and weighs in at almost 50 pounds, which for reference is about the weight of your average bulldog. Unsurprisingly, the shipping on this one doesn't run cheap as the seller is based in Hong Kong, so depending on where in the world you live, you can expect to shell out somewhere in the region of $400 extra to have it delivered. Still, I suppose if you have $3,700 to spend on a sword, an extra $400 is neither here nor there. Number 9. Master Chief Stained Glass Window, $3,750. For clarity, this item is a stained glass window depicting the visage of Master Chief, and not a window upon which Master Chief has deposited miscellaneous stains. We want to clear that up right off the bat, just so that you know this isn't one of those items. Super Soldier Master Chief has been a staple of gaming ever since he appeared in 2001's Halo Combat Evolved. Here's a fun fact for you though, the OG Halo video game wasn't the first appearance of Master Chief, as he was introduced to the world weeks before its release in the Halo The Fall of Reach, a prequel novel. There, you can wheel that tidbit out at parties. It's sure to make you popular. Anyway, I digress. If you're after a gift for a Master Chief fan, then why not consider this stunning stained glass window? Where will they put it? Who cares? That's not your problem anymore. This masterpiece has been lovingly handmade from over 200 pieces of coloured glass, and should it ever be relisted for sale, it will cost a whopping $3,750. For the same amount of money, you could buy an Xbox Series X, a flat-screen TV, and the entire Halo series, and still have change. Still, none of that will look as good in your cathedral. Number 8. Geralt of Rivia costume, $5,000. We're sticking with hunky boys for the moment as we turn our attention to the Witcher series Geralt of Rivia, or more specifically, his outfit. This white-haired Adonis made his first video game appearance in 2007's The Witcher, where he could be found hunting down a group of assailants after they attack Kaer Morhen and steal the School of the Wolf's key mutagens and Witcher formulae. Since then, he's appeared in both of the game's sequels, The Witcher 2 Assassin of Kings and The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and has made guest appearances in Soul Calibur 6 and Monster Hunter World. Oh yeah, and he's also got that little side gig with Netflix, busy boy. If you've got a friend who's a Witcher fan who you also like enough to spend $5,000 on, then why not treat them to this theatrical quality Geralt of Rivia costume? This head-turning ensemble consists of chest armor, gauntlets, trousers, gloves, a belt, boot covers, and of course, Geralt's wolf medallion, and is the perfect day-to-night outfit. Wow your colleagues at that board meeting, then unwind with a drink at the local pub. Just try not to get in any fights with nearby vampires. You wouldn't want to get blood on your $5,000 armor, would you? Number 7. The world's largest Pac-Man game, $15,000. Are you in the market for a retro gaming gift that is A, ridiculously expensive, and 2, obscenely big? Then feast your eyes upon the world's largest Pac-Man game. In case you're unfamiliar, although I don't know how you are, Pac-Man, originally introduced to the world in 1980 in the video game of the same name, is a yellow, puck-like creature who likes to spend his time munching down dots and fruit and avoiding ghosties like the plague. He can usually be found in regular-sized arcades and on PCs and consoles, but just occasionally he ventures into giant machines, as is the case with this item. The world's largest Pac-Man game stands at almost 9 feet tall and has been created by Bandai Namco, the developer of the OG arcade title. This hefty lad boasts a 108-inch LED screen, integrated speakers, and a pair of 4-way joysticks complete with buttons so you can get a friend in on the gargantuan action. It also has a coin slot, which might help you reap back a bit of the money you forked out to buy the thing. Currently, the world's largest Pac-Man game is sold out, but you never know now that computer parts are becoming less and less scarce. Maybe the ginormous console manufacturers will be able to produce a few more units. Number 6. Super Mario Remain Jerome Watch, $17,000. We're a sartorially elegant bunch here at Team TripleJump, and we like to think that we're always on the cutting edge of fashion. With that said though, even we aren't stupid. Sorry, did I say stupid? I meant stylish enough to spend 17 grand on a designer Super Mario watch. If you are the sort of person that has cash to burn and feel like getting your trendy friends a gift that will never go out of fashion, then consider this, the Super Mario Remain Jerome watch. This opulent timepiece is inspired by gaming icon Mario and depicts everyone's favorite mustachioed plumber leaping through the air towards an unsuspecting mushroom. How classy. The scene on the watch's face is lifted directly from the 1985 NES title Super Mario Bros., in which Mario traverses the Mushroom Kingdom in order to save Princess Toadstool from the clutches of King Koopa. Of course, for less than 0.1% of the price, you could buy your pal this watch from Amazon that features not only Mario, but also Luigi and Bowser as well. If you do go with that option though, it's worth bearing in mind that people won't then know that you've got more money than sense. Number 5. Solid Gold Mega Man Statue, $22,000. What do you buy for the Mega Man fan that has everything? Why, a solid gold Mega Man statue, of course! The little blue robot, known as Mega Man, has been gracing many a console ever since 1987. In the years that have followed, he's become one of gaming's most recognizable faces and has appeared in over 50 different games, earning himself quite the following in the process. There's little wonder then that Capcom, the great minds behind Mega Man's success, felt it necessary to commemorate the character's 30th birthday in particularly extravagant style. To celebrate the milestone, Capcom unveiled a solid gold Mega Man statue standing at just under 4 inches tall and weighing around 90 grams. It also came with a display case, a protective box, and presumably some sort of certificate which congratulated the buyer for having far too much disposable income. The original statue went on sale in 2018, but is now sadly no longer available. Still, there are only 6 more years to wait until the 40th anniversary. Maybe you can snag your friends a diamond Mega Man statue instead. Just stick an IOU in a card this Christmas, I'm sure they won't mind. Number 4. High Interiors Hi-Am Bed Entertainment System, $52,000. You know what sucks? Getting out of bed in the morning, especially in the winter. Out there it's all cold, grey, and probably raining, snowing, or a combination of the two. In bed though, it's warm and cozy, and nobody's going to ask you to do things. Unfortunately, most beds are only equipped for sleeping. So, what do you do if you or someone you plan on buying a Christmas gift for wants to stay snuggled up all day whilst gaming? Buy a TV to stick on a table in their bedroom? Pah! No, you purchased the High Interiors Hi-Am Bed Entertainment System for just $52,000. Naturally. This obscenely priced piece of bedroom furniture is far more than just a comfort item. Available in 3 different sizes, this futuristic snooze pod boasts a 70-inch screen, an HD projector with 4K enhancement, surround sound, and 4 HDMI ports which will allow you to connect all of your consoles. Unless you own more than 4, I suppose. When you're not immersed in your favorite games, the bed has ambient lighting, side curtains, a motorized base, and even fragrances which all come together to give you a great night's sleep. It can't stop you from feeling tired after staying up until 3 AM playing God of War Ragnarok, though. Number 3. Aston Martin AMR CO1 Racing Simulator, $69,000. Nice. Forza, Gran Turismo, Mario Kart. Each of these powerhouses of the racing genre gives players a good idea of what it's like to get behind the wheel of a car and zoom around a track really, really fast. With that said though, your average racing game isn't all that immersive, and if there's one thing the digital motorhead in your life really deserves, it's proper immersion. If you've got $69,000 just laying around, you could buy your speed-loving pal a pretty decent car. But with that kind of cash, you're certainly not going to be able to get them the sort of thing that they'd really want. Instead, you might want to consider the Aston Martin AMR CO1 Racing Simulator, a machine that will probably put players in the driving seat. Crafted in carbon fiber, this professional-grade racing sim is built to resemble the signature Aston Martin racing grille and boasts a super ultra-wide gaming monitor, state-of-the-art Formula steering wheel with paddle shift and clutch, and an electronically controlled sliding pedal box. It's also packing an Intel i7 CPU, an Nvidia GTX 3070 GPU, and it comes with a Sennheiser headset. Basically, it's the closest you'll get to owning an Aston Martin without shelling out over 150 grand. Number 2. George R.R. Martin's former home, $420,000. Elden Ring is undeniably one of the biggest video game releases of 2022, and if you've played it, you'll no doubt understand why. This sprawling open-world RPG offers players the chance to explore, meet interesting people and fight them to the death, and if they're skilled enough, become the Elden Lord. The game was written by From Software legend Hidetaka Miyazaki and best-selling A Song of Ice and Fire author George R.R. Martin, and tells the tale of the Tarnished and their journey to repair the titular Elden Ring. So, the question is, what's the ultimate gift for the Elden Ring loving fan in your life? Why, a Chicago condo once owned by George R.R. Martin himself, of course. This stunning 3-bed, 2-bathroom home boasts such features as a butler's pantry, hardwood floors, a clawfoot bathtub, and a spacious deck where you can grill up some tasty treats and kick back with your friends. The house is currently off the market, but is estimated to be worth around $420,000, blaze it, which, let's face it, would be a small price to pay to be the envy of your friends. They may be Elden Lords, but you're the Lord of George R.R. Martin's old manor. Weird. Number 1. The Ultimate Console Collection, $950,000. The console wars have been raging for as long as gamers have been able to bring their favourite pastime into their own homes, and as a friend or family member of someone who loves their video games, it can cause a real headache when the festive season rolls around. Do you get them the PlayStation 5, king of the exclusives, or do you opt for the Xbox Series X, knowing they'll never run out of things to play thanks to Game Pass? Decisions. Well, thanks to one eBayer located in France, there's no need to pick, as for the low price of just $950,000, you too can be the lucky owner or gifter of a collection of over 2,000 consoles ranging from the NES all the way through to the PS4. No PS5. Makes sense. For this eye-watering sum, buyers will be in receipt of more than one of each console, though the listing does state that there are different colours and models as well as some limited editions. Put it this way, you're going to need a few extra HDMI ports for your bed entertainment system, but at least you'll have space to store them all in your butler's pantry. You have too much money. Merry Christmas!